into my mind is the day that Lucille was born. Where are you?
Where is she
Get over here. Get over here in the ground.
Lucy, I think you'll love this one.
36, and she 38. No, 36.
It was
And it was 117 degrees. It was July 19, 1936. And well, let me tell you how it affected us. We had to light the lamps in order to be able to see in the house, because all the screens were totally covered with grasshoppers, because a plague of grasshoppers had come in and just covered it. The cistern outside was filled with grasshoppers. I could still see my father there pulling them out by buckets. This was the kind of
They
time.
covered the poles, and if you went outside to play, you walked on them and they crushed.
That's a portion of Kansas was part of the Dust
Before
Bowl.
the Dust Bowl.
Well, it was during the Dust Bowl. You have to remember
during 30s.
that the dirty 30s started about 1932, over 31 actually, all the way through to about 38, at various intensities during the year. Some years would be worse than others.
And I can remember coming home from Grandma's.
Oh, yes. That is.
Which was in town, and we'd come home, and you know how snow drifts? You'd open the front door, and the dust would have drifted in.
Well, that was a specific time. That was in 1935, and we were at Fred Tamer's for a birthday party. And we actually, in order to breathe, they were tearing up claws and wetting them and putting them over our noses so we wouldn't be inhaling all of the dust, because many people were becoming very ill with dust.
In Oklahoma, dust.
Then
But
we
they couldn't
came
even
home.
drive at night.
Well, what happened was, it was one huge storm, and when we came home, and the house that we were in had 4 outside doors. One of the outside doors had blown open, and when we walked in, it was, as she described, just probably 2 inches of silt. And I could still see my parents with bushel baskets and shovels trying to get enough dirt off the beds so we could just go to bed.
You weren't born.
Right.
And in that house, it was a 2-story house, and it had a lot of rooms upstairs.
Yes, it did.
It was scary. The one we slept in.
It
that
was interesting.
What did
Yeah,
you,
because it was.
what did you have? A candle?
No, I think we just felt our way. But
Oh, come
The folks
on.
would bring a lamp up. When we were first starting, they would bring a lamp up, and then they would go up and turn it off after we fell asleep. We were scared to go up there.
See,
yeah, because there were all these
I
rooms on
have
the
a memory
side.
of that. I loved that stairs. I was 4 years old when I
Oh,
lived.
Dorothy.
There
we
was,
enjoyed
there
it
was
too.
a-
We played.
There's the attic that you got. I remember someone locked me in it. They slid it around. But there's something about
Well,
that.
there
the
was
stairs,
an attic door that
Yes.
you opened and it was unfinished.
That was what the
And
boogeyman
then
was.
Yeah,
there
that was
was,
for the
there
boogeyman.
was actually a painting in there or an
Yeah, I
etching
remember
on the
finding
wall.
it interesting. And there was like a log corridor. I do remember this. Now, I probably didn't sleep up there, did I?
No.
No.
But I love that's the stairs
Well, that was
going up.
that was an elegant home.
Yeah.
It was what we described before was the Natoma home. When we lived in Sylvan Grove, the man who built the house that we lived in quarried the stone, the limestone, 1 mile from it, and it was a 2-story, and the bottom was all limestone, and it had 4 rooms on the bottom, and it also had a cistern and an adjunct to the kitchen in which their water could be brought up into the system. Now, this house was built in 1900, so this was really considered a pretty elegant house, truth to tell,
Would be-
probably.
That's the one we saw
Around
the
a big part
picture
of
of it.